Hi, we are Empire Business Solutions, and we are going over the NIST framework keyword protect. And what it is managing and physical and digital access and closely monitoring risks.
Another part of the framework is the access control, which is identities and credentials are managed for authorized devices and users. Physical access to assets is managed and protected, as well as remote access is managed. And the solutions are biometric access, iris scanning, strict policy on external access.
The next part of the keyword protect is awareness and training. And this has mostly to do with informing employees and keeping a sense of establishment within the organization. It's, it keeps it also implies that third-party shareholders have a sense of investment in the company and stay close enough to the interior so that they don't see the risks of insider threat. Third-party stakeholders are informed and trained just like any other stakeholder, and privileged users should understand their roles and responsibilities. Just because you have privilege doesn't mean that you have free access or more access than anyone else. Our solutions for that were to have training processes, constant education on scenarios, and holding a sense of community among the employees. The employees are the first step to preventing an insider threat.
Another part is that data security, which ensures that data at rest is protected as well as data in transit, and that adequate capacity to ensure availability is maintained, as well as assets that are formally managed throughout removal, transfers, and disposition. One of the ways to go around that were the solutions were to have dummy files, decoys, honeypots, and salts and encryption, and that only certified storage devices will be allowed. That'll be a strict policy. And also restricting personnel to certain computers and methods of accessing information, as well as rotation of private as well as public keys.
Now, you might be thinking what a honeypot or a salt is. A honeypot is basically something that it's a decoy. It's a more of a sophisticated decoy that plays as bait for any hacker that decides to go into a system and try to steal data. A honeypot does keep track of the hacker, and it also keeps the direction of where the data is going. Assault is basically a brick in the road when you're trying to decrypt some part of information. Our next part of the protect keyword is information protection processes and procedures, and it is a baseline configuration of information technology, industrial control systems, and how they are created and maintained. They may be created and maintained for a specific purpose, or it might be for a much more broad solution. And backups of this information are conducted, maintained, and tested periodically. When it comes to solutions, in this case, there are many solutions. It is not necessarily restricted to one instance, but the point I wanted to get across is that there's a lot of flexibility. You have options here. Also, there are response and recovery plans, and they are consistently tested.
And the last part of the NIST framework that we touched upon was the maintenance and protective technology, which is that remote maintenance of organizational assets is approved and logged in a manner that prevents unauthorized access. Audit/log records are determined, documented, and implemented, as well as reviewed in accordance with policy. And finally, maintenance and repair of organizational assets is performed and logged in with approved and controlled tools.
Thank you. We are Empire Business Solutions, and I hope you have a nice day.